guys, Chickie456 here, and if you've seen my previous little short video,
here comes the boy. Hello, boy. Welcome. There he is.
I was able to finally create like a little Madhav doll. It's right here. Pretty freaking adorable if you ask me. I did mention in the description if you want to know how I can make these. Someone did comment saying, could you show us? And I'm going to do that right now. He was kind of a test at first. I wanted to see if I was able to create one of these. And he's kind of based off of those little string dolls I've seen. I actually did try creating one way back, and that one failed. I wasn't able to get it right. I couldn't figure out, the string was looking weird. Like, it wasn't looking right. It wasn't looking like one of those little string dolls. This, though, came out good. I'm really happy with how this came out. So I'm kind of just going to show you like the process of how it goes, and like going over the materials as we go on along with the video. But pretty much when you see Madhav right here, you can kind of tell the supplies you will be needing. Alright, so to just jump right into the start is you're going to need string, of course, for the head. And this string I got a bundle pack at Michael's with other different color string. This is just some leftover. And of course you're going to want the string to be close to like the skin color of the character you want to make. And then for the base of the head, what I'm going to be using is a pom-pom. For Madhav's, I actually used a bright red one, so it doesn't really matter what color it's going to be, it's just because the string will cover over it. But I'm going to be using a pom-pom that's going to be closer to the skin color. And then I have this glue-like material, it's called liquid stitch. It's basically for like if you don't want to sew, and it's just like glue for fabrics. I would say it works really well, I do like it. But of course you could just use regular glue. You don't have to have this kind of glue. So what I'm just going to do is put the liquid stitch all over more so parts of the pom-pom, and then just wrap the string around it. And the little thing I have to help hold the pom-pom is this little contraption I made. I hot glued two safety pins on there. It helps me with crafting too. You probably have seen it in my custom videos. I'll use it to help hold like the heads and stuff, so I can put it somewhere in a cup to dry, and so it's not just sitting on a tabletop or where it could get stuck on anything. But yeah, so that's a little contraption I made, and I'm just going to add some of the liquid stitch over the pom-pom and then just wrap the string around it until I pretty much get a good coverage over the pom-pom. So then when you do get the whole pom-pom covered in the string, you're going to want to snip a little bit, and then you're going to want to put a little bit of the glue down along with them putting the end of the string on it to hold it down. I do use like a little safety pin to poke the end of the string in just to hold it while it's drying so it doesn't come loose or anything like that. Okay, so once the head is completely dry, we can now start working on the body. Now, kind of like what I used as a pom-pom for a base for the head, I used a popsicle stick as a base for the body. So you're going to want to have a popsicle stick and cut it to the length of how big you want or how long you want to make the body. And I'm going to be using hot glue. Again, you can use other types of crafting glue. And I'm just going to glue the top of the head onto the popsicle stick. Now, unlike the string dolls, I'm using pipe cleaners instead to wrap around to make the body, like the clothing parts. And of course the colors for Gopal I will need are going to be red for his jacket. I'm going to use a little bit of white to get the inside, his undershirt. Then I'm going to be using blue for his pants. And I don't have a dark brown reddish color for his shoes, sadly, so I'm just going to go with orange. I'm just kind of using the materials I have right now. Plus the shoes aren't that big of a detail. create his arms, I just took the red pipe cleaner and went ahead and folded that up a little bit. till I got like a good size or length for the arm. And then for the hands, I just used some colored beads. Pretty much that was it then. And then I just glued the arms on the side of the body, and that was pretty much it, just to finish up the body. Now the next part is creating the hair. Now I was originally just going to use felt. I couldn't find the right color though at the craft stores. So I luckily did have this other kind of felt that I got from Joann Fabrics from another project I've been meaning to work on that kind of got put to the side since 2020 hit. But I'm going to be using that, and I just have a little piece of it because you don't need that much, of course, since it's a small doll. And I went ahead and used a scrap piece of paper and kind of like drew out what I think how the hairstyle would look like in the different pieces. I made the front, the back, and then 2 side pieces. So I'm just going to use one of my white pens and trace out the pattern, and then use some fabric scissors to cut them out. Of course, this did take some trial and error, so to say, like when I first cut them out, they were a little bit too big, so you can just slowly trim them down to size and just make sure, and always double check and make sure that it looks like it's going to fit right on the doll. Okay, of course you don't have to do this step, I just went extra. I liked how it looked on the Madhav doll, so I tried with the Gopal one. Side note, I don't really like how it turned out in the end. But you don't have to do this step at all. You can just go ahead and glue the pieces on, especially if you don't have any sewing materials or even know how to sew. But I would recommend, if you do want to get into that, I would recommend the channel Macaroon. I'll link her channel down below. Check out all her like older videos, because she did give tutorials and has like tips and tricks to start sewing. She also got me into needle felting. A lot of her older DIY videos and her tips and trick videos are really good and nice. I really like them. I would definitely check out her channel and her older videos if you want to get some tips and tricks to begin into sewing. Everything was sewn up together. I flipped it inside out and then went ahead, took the liquid stitch again and put the glue on the head of where the hair would be and just let it sit to dry. Alright, on to the final step of the doll. Look at this hair. It looks like a Hershey Kiss that's been in the sun. Oh my gosh, yeah. This did not really turn out how I wanted. But in the end, it's a small doll. I can't get every detail exactly right, especially when it comes to points and fabric. That just does not work. I would say for the face, you could go ahead and use like a permanent marker and draw it on that way. I'm not going to put on a smile. I just like to keep it simple with the eyes and eyebrow. I'm using fabric paint. So I'm just going to dab a little bit on a scrap piece of paper. And I'm going to be using a dotting tool, or you could use the back of a paintbrush. It's alright. Once the paint on the face is dried, that's it then, you're all set. And you have your own cute little your own cute little adorable doll. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and at least kind of showed you how I created these. You can use any character or try to recreate any character you want. I might make videos on creating the other boys as well, just to see how that goes. But yeah, I gotta say right now, out of the two, I like the Madhav one better. I don't know, I'm just a huge Madhav simp. I mean fan. Huge Madhav fan. Yeah, anyways. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And have a good day. This has been a Chickie456 video.
I got wind of it.